Hi, Paul Messenger with Milestone Systems, here to highlight how our open platform and our leading community partners allow you to design a system to support your COVID response. So the first category I want to start with was temperature detection, using thermal cameras to detect elevated skin temperatures. Here you can see how our open platform allows companies leading with this technology to easily send in the data around a person, their temperature, whether it's elevated, and allow the operator to respond, set up a secondary screening to see if they actually do in fact have a fever and perhaps need to be tested for the COVID virus. Again, controversy around the solution, but should you want to use it as a potential safeguard, you have lots of options with Milestone because of our open platform. So the next category I wanted to focus on was social distancing. So that's where I look to our analytic partner, BriefCam. They've been integrated to Milestone for many years. Their original technology is called video synopsis. So when you run the integration, you have a dedicated tab to use their technology, which is basically taking the video collected by Milestone, in this case, 3 hours from this store is on screen, and compressing it down to a 15-minute clip, despite the fact that there's 2,673 individual events that are timestamped here, but that's going to play in 15 minutes. But what's exciting is even going beyond that, right? The rapid review is very helpful to do faster investigations, but I also have this visual layer button here where I can use this to analyze direction of travel in my facility or in my store. And this will allow me to decide where I should possibly put safeguards, direction of travel enforcement to try and limit the amount of people that come into contact to slow the spread of the virus in my facility, even prevent it. So that's where you can see, hey, these are the areas, the red, where I've got the most activity, and I should definitely set up some of that one-way travel. Another feature they brought to market that we never knew we would have needed prior to COVID is proximity. So I'm going to pull up this clip here. And that's the ability for you to more easily do contact tracing. So let's say someone entered your facility, you found out after the fact that they had contracted the virus. You need to see who else they came into contact with in order to do the contact tracing. So you can watch the clip and find the person that you're looking for. And then once you find them, I'm looking for a gentleman in a backpack here. He's the one that was reported to us, matches the description of having COVID. So here he is. I can select him, and then I can choose proximity. So that, again, new feature they just added at the end of June in response to COVID. And that's the beauty of our platform, right? We're not just trying to innovate things ourselves. We work with industry leaders in analytics and camera technology, as I mentioned before. And as they update their platforms, because of our integrations, we can support those features as they come to market. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this filter, and it's going to show me anybody that came within 6 feet of him. And you can see he disappears just so it'll highlight these are the 3 individuals you're going to want to reach out to and make sure that they get tested because they came into contact with that individual. So again, much faster, much easier than trying to do a review like this with the naked eye. So another feature that BriefCam brought to market, which I'll highlight on our search tab, is mask and no mask. So the Milestone Search framework, this came added to our platform in late 2019, is a fast way to search through your video. So I'm going to choose the last 7 days of events as my time frame. The search framework gives you different options, last 2 hours, like 6 hours, for example. And then I can search and I can look for any cameras in my facility. I'm going to type learning, and then I can pull up our learning and performance camera. And I've got 362 results of recording since October 29th. And you can see there's a dynamic timeline letting me know when and where I have activity. I can click on one of these events and it'll take me right to it. And you see sometimes it's recordings far off in the distance, but yeah, and sometimes it's going to be lighting changes, but it's giving you all the recording. What's nice is then you can hit the search for button and you can start to refine it. So I'm going to refine it by motion, for example. And this is a feature we've had in our product for years called Smart Search, but this creates a red mask. I can draw a box and just isolate the times that there's been movement in that particular area. But getting back to BriefCam and Mask No Mask, I can change this and just search for my alarms. With BriefCam, I can set up proactive alerts and alarms using any of their available filters. And Mask No Mask is something that they added in response to the COVID threat. And here you can see I have a BriefCam No Mask alert that occurred on October 30th at 5:51, and I can see other ones in the list as well. And then I have the ability to click this sync button here, and I can go right back to playback. And if I pull up that marketing and pre-sales view, I can see that individual not wearing a mask. I can walk the video back, try to figure out where he came from, where he's going, and see if he came into contact with any other individuals, or even flip to BriefCam, do a synopsis, and just see when that individual came within 6 feet of anyone else. You can also see these alarms, these mask no mask alarms, in the alarm manager of the Milestone Smart Client. And that's where I can see a map. You can automatically get alerted to not only what the event was, but where it's happening on your facility. And that's what we call situational awareness, just allowing you to more quickly respond to threats. And again, mask no mask detection never would have thought of being needed prior to 2020, and something that our partners add and then we support through our integrations. So getting back to contact tracing and also just trying to research who's gone where in your facility should you need to, we also have a unique way of integrating to access control. So what you're seeing here is what's called the expert access view. And this is where I've got an integration to access control system. Again, it's not Milestone access control. This is a framework we've developed, and we support what I'm about to show you with 13 different leading access control providers. So I can zoom in on this reader here. You'll see I have an open button. I can go ahead and issue the open command. I'll see the reader flash green to red, letting me know that I have triggered the opening of that door. I also have a ticker on the right-hand side showing me who has come and gone through this door using their badge. If I click one of those events, it takes me right to the video of the time that the card was presented, and I can verify the badge with the picture on the right-hand side. So this makes it really easy to conduct your investigations by visually verifying all the access control events on your system. And then should you want to do a deeper investigation, you'll see there's a magnifying glass that appears here. If I click that, it takes me to a dedicated tab in the Smart Client. And that was an event from one of our technicians, Chris Ferguson. And you see it's automatically pre-filtered to Chris. And I can get to the time his badge was swiped at 8:50. And then I can click the next one and see the badge swipe at 8:41. If I clear that filter, I can just see all the activity. I can even go back to November 3rd, and that's where I can see our office manager, Elizabeth, swipe her card. So again, it makes it much faster and cleaner to do your investigations. Typically, to have this type of functionality, you have to go with a single source provider. You have to buy your video and access control from the same company. You have to lock into a more of a proprietary platform. With Milestone, it's all about freedom and flexibility, working with the best of breed solutions through our open platform community. And then this smart client is really built and purpose built to make it simple to work with third-party technology while keeping it seamless for the operator and one nice user experience. So those are some of the ways Milestone and our community partners allowing you to use technology to address COVID. My name is Paul Messenger. Thank you. Take care.